Coming up on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
We take you to the Jimmy Powell Tennis Center for the men's and women's Southern Conference tennis tournaments.
We look beyond Elon and catch up with former Phoenix in the pros.
And we take you on Aaron Millette's journey to the National Football League.
All that and more next on the Elon Phoenix Weekly. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Kimberly Wisniewski.
And I'm Joe Dirienza. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break. The Elon women's tennis team came into the season with lofty goals and high expectations. After the most successful regular season in Elon's Division I history, it was time for the SoCon tournament.
Despite the regular season success, the women's tennis team was still hungry to earn their first Southern Conference tournament title.
The Jimmy Powell Tennis Center played host to this year's Southern Conference Tennis Tournament. For the Elon women, hopes were high as they came into the tournament as the number 2 seed. The women kicked off the tournament on Friday against the Georgia Southern Eagles. The match had to be moved up in the day due to impending weather. Because of the forecast, the singles matches had to be played first, but this would turn out to be no problem for the women Phoenix. The women rolled to a 4-0 win and sent the Eagles packing, winning every singles match in 2 sets.
We just went out to the match very focused, and we were very fortunate with the weather and everything. We had a few delays, but we were able to get the match in pretty quickly and efficiently, and the girls just went out there, took care of business very quickly and did a great job.
Next up for the women was the Furman Paladins on a gorgeous Saturday. Thanks to the weather, doubles would be played first against a tough Furman doubles team. The 3 doubles teams came out very focused, trying to get the key 1-point advantage. The pair of Brianna Byrne and Taylor Casey won first on court 3. The ones of Jordan Johnson and Frida Jansiker were able to close it out from there, winning 9-7, clinching the doubles point and gaining momentum going into singles.
We knew how important the doubles point was. The fact that the women took the match so seriously, understood the importance of the doubles win, gave us the momentum going into singles that told us that in 6 singles spots, we win 3, we've got the match put away. And the doubles point was extraordinarily important against Furman.
The Phoenix were sure able to use that momentum from doubles into singles, as they won 3 matches rather quickly and clinched the overall match 4-0, setting up a date with the 1-seed Charleston on Sunday for the right to be called Southern Conference champions.
Go, ready?
Against Charleston, the doubles match was very intense, as both teams knew this might be the deciding factor in the overall match. The Phoenix dropped the first doubles match on court 2, but were able to tie it up on court 1 with a tiebreaker victory. So the doubles point came down to the pair of Byrne and Casey on court 3. After being up 5-2, the ladies were not able to hang on as Charleston won on court 3 8-6, clinching the doubles point. Going into singles, Charleston clearly had the momentum, and it showed as Elon dropped 2 quick singles matches to let Charleston go up 3-0, 1 win away from the championship. But the women were resilient and were able to make a comeback. Frida Jansiker and Barbara Lazarova were able to close their matches out in 2 sets. Bryn Corey was able to come back from a set down to win her match. And with the overall match tied 3-3, Jordan Johnson was able to win her 2nd set tiebreak to force a 3rd set that would decide the championship.
It created a very exciting atmosphere, and Jordan loves, playing in those sorts of situations, and with the great crowd and everything behind her. And I thought that it was a really good match. She put everything she had into it, and and it was a very exciting match to watch.
With all eyes on court one, the third set was what you would have asked for to decide a championship. It was back and forth tennis all set long. If one player broke serve, the other would break right back. With the set score tied at 5-5, Johnston had multiple opportunities to break serve and then serve for the match, but she could not pull it out. Now serving down 6-5 in the momentum with her opponent, Johnston was not able to hold serve as Charleston went on to win the championship 4-3.
I reminded them there were 9 teams that had already gone home would trade places with them. There was 9 other teams in the Southern Conference that would have loved to have been in the championship match. And they weren't. It was us, with the Elon Phoenix.
Though the team did not reach their goals this year, the future is bright. With the loss of only one senior, the women's tennis team is primed to reach the top of the SoCon next season.
Tennis success was not limited to the women. Elon's men's tennis team ran through their Southern Conference slate to earn the #1 seed in the SoCon tournament and looks to add another championship to the program's history.
The 1 seed in any tournament signifies the best and provides high expectations, but with it comes a gigantic target on the back of whoever shall hold that seed. This is what the Elon men's tennis team had to deal with in the Southern Conference tennis tournament, as they came in as the 1 seed and hosts of the tournament. First up for the men was the Furman Paladins on Friday at the Burlington Tennis Center. Due to the impending weather, singles had to be played first, but this did not affect the men in any way. The Phoenix pummeled the Paladins 4-0, winning each singles match in 2 sets and advancing to the semifinals.
We came out and we were real businesslike, we were real professional. You can see it in our guys' eyes, they were excited. I felt like everybody really played well. It was a very determined group, and we knew rain was possibly coming in later that day, and they wanted to get on and off the court quickly. It was really one of the better matches we played all year.
Next up for the Phoenix was Chattanooga at the Jimmy Powell Tennis Center. Doubles would be played first this match thanks to the weather clearing up. Elon would handle doubles pretty well as Cameron Silverman and Stefan Fortman would win on court 1, and Brian Kowalski and Robert Lindgren would win on court 2 to clinch the doubles point. With the doubles point in hand, the Phoenix were able to handle singles with wins from Jordan Kaufman, Robert Lindgren, and the clincher from Juan Madrid. The Phoenix would win the match 4-1, setting up a championship bout with Sanford.
This is not one of those teams where ours is not one of those teams where we have to totally rely on one player or 2 players all the time. We rely on all 6 of them. And Chattanooga was another example of different players stepping up at different positions and winning where they needed to and getting us off the court again.
The one loss from Elon during the Chattanooga match came from Stefan Fortman, which concerned Coach Leonard, especially going into the final.
The big concern I had was Stefan had a tough match against a guy that was probably the best 2 in the conference that year. He made first team all conference, and he really was struggling with his health, and I was concerned with him at the end of that match because you could just tell he was pretty beat up and was just hoping he had one more match in him. Honestly, that was how I felt when the match ended, was would we have Stefan for the next match or not.
So the championship was set for Sunday. Elon versus Sanford for the right to be 2013 Southern Conference champs. The overall match was a tale of double versus singles. As the women's match was finishing up, the men's doubles match commenced and the Phoenix came out firing. Elon had no trouble securing the doubles point, winning 8-4 on court 3 and 8-3 on court 1.
But I have to admit, at Sanford, we probably played our best doubles all the way down the line. I mean, we went 8-3, 8-3, and we're getting ready to win 8-3 in the match that was called. So I felt like when we came off the court, we were pretty excited, but we knew we had a long ways to go. I don't think we got ahead of ourselves because we knew this team was so tough. I mean, this team had beat Alabama, who was a top 30 team earlier in the year. We had a dogfight with them when we beat them up there in a close match, so we knew we still had a long ways to go, but we were obviously pleased we got the point.
But the match was a different story once it switched over to singles. The Phoenix lost their first 3 out of 4 singles matches and were 1 loss away from losing the championship. Juan Madrid would bounce back for the Phoenix, winning in 3 sets after dropping the first. This left the match tied at 3, leaving the deciding match to Court 1 and Cameron Silverman. Silverman dropped the first set but won the second, forcing a third and deciding set to win it all, much like the women's match. Silverman started off the set very well, breaking serve and going up 1-0, but after that it started going downhill. Silverman would be broken the very next game. Cramping really started to set in for Silverman as he was being rubbed down on every changeover. Unfortunately for Elon, Silverman could not overcome his cramping as Sanford went on to win the set 6-3, thus clinching the match 4-3.
We didn't achieve what we really wanted to do at the end because we came in here thinking we were going to win the tournament. We expected to win the tournament. That's the way we always go about the season. But I do think it leaves these guys hungry. I think if they work hard this summer, come back a little more mature, learn how to handle things with adversity a little bit better, then I think it sets up good for our future for the next couple years.
Much like the women, the men's tennis team will lose 1 player to graduation and return SoCon Player of the Year, Cameron Silverman.
Last weekend was a bright spot for Elon football as Aaron Millette was selected in the 2013 NFL Draft. And that brings us to today's trivia. Who was the first ever Elon football player to be selected in the NFL Draft? The answer to that coming up later.
We have to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we go around the world to see where different members of the Phoenix are playing professionally.
And later, we take you inside Aaron Millette's journey to the NFL.
As we go to break, take a look at the upcoming baseball schedule.
We'll be right back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2. There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2. Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the maroon life.
where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies,
but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success, helps sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics, while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Regardless of sport, conference, or college, very few athletes continue on to the professional level. Jason Vonik takes us around the world as he highlights a few Elon athletes now competing in the pros.
Elon Athletics are not in a major conference, but that doesn't mean all of their student athletes stop their sport after college. The Phoenix have many alumni in the professional sports world, from men's basketball to women's golf. In this Elon Phoenix Weekly special, we'll touch upon a few of those athletes, starting with former Phoenix volleyball standout Sarah Skirmahorn. Sarah Skirmahorn was an all-SoCon performer who led the Phoenix to the North Division title in 2010. She is in the Elon volleyball record books in multiple service ace and block categories. After graduating in 2011, Skirmahorn became the first Phoenix volleyball player to pursue a professional career. After 1 year in Denmark, the former Phoenix middle blocker signed a deal in France. Skirmahorn just concluded her first season with the team, where they improved 4 spots in the league standings. With a successful baseball program comes successful players, as multiple Elon alumni are currently playing in their minor leagues. Catcher Dallas Tarleton plays for the Rockies AAA affiliate, pitcher Stephen Hensley plays for the Rockies AA affiliate, and third baseman Neil Pritchard plays for the Cardinals AA affiliate, among other former Phoenix. 3 alumni currently play Major League Soccer, and the first to do so was defender Stephen Kinney. Stephen Kinney is a 3-time captain and all-conference defender who helped the Phoenix men's soccer team to their first Southern Conference regular season title in 2008. After graduating in 2010, Kinney became the first Elon soccer player to sign an MLS contract after being drafted in the MLS Super Draft by the Chicago Fire. Aside from time missed from an Achilles injury, Kinney has been a starter for the duration of his MLS career.
He was dedicated, he was committed. And a lot of the guys lightheartedly would call him like a Superman and superhero. But Stephen had all those intangibles. He had a lot of respect from the locker room, great character, and really from day one we could tell he was a pro in the making.
Former Phoenix goalkeeper Clint Irwin is also making some noise in the MLS. He made the All-SoCon team in each of his 4 years in maroon and gold, and finished his career 4th in SoCon history with 22 shutouts. Unlike Kinney, Irwin was not drafted when he graduated in 2011, but he kept fighting and working hard, and this past February, Irwin signed his first MLS contract with the Colorado Rapids. In his first 5 starts, Irwin has shown why he belongs in the league.
He's been working towards that for many years, and hats off to Clint, to have that perseverance, playing in Canada for a year, playing as a backup last year in the USL. To finally get that opportunity is really pleasing for Clint.
The Phoenix also have men's basketball players in the pros. Chris Long is 2nd in Phoenix history in assists, and after graduating in 2011, Long spent a year playing in Romania before signing a contract in Poland, where he plays now. Adam Constantine graduated a year before Long as Elon's career leader in field goal percentage. After 2 years of playing professionally in Sweden and Germany, Constantine is now playing in Israel. Be sure to be on the lookout as current Phoenix seniors look to further their playing careers as well.
Even a few of this year's graduates are getting opportunities to continue their athletic careers. We'll focus on Elon wide receiver Aaron Millette's future as an NFL player later in the show.
And that brings us to today's history.
This day in Elon sports history, we look at the birth of Elon women's soccer. In their inaugural season, the Lady Christians finished with a 10-3 record and made it all the way to the NAIA's Eastern Regionals. During the 1986 season, Elon actually ranked in the NAIA's top 10 poll for much of the season. the Lady Christians would reach the NAIA's Eastern Regionals in their next 2 seasons. However, they failed to further advance in the tournament. In just 3 seasons, the women's soccer team compiled an impressive 34-17 record, while playing some of the finest teams in the nation, including many outstanding NCAA squads. Elon also accumulated 3 All-Americans during this time period. And that's this day in Elon sports history.
We have to take another break, but don't go anywhere, because when we return, we will chronicle Aaron Millet's journey from a high school football player to a selection in the NFL draft.
As we go to break, take a look at more upcoming Elon athletic events.
I almost...
You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
And now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Earlier in the show, we asked, who was the first Elon football player to be selected in the NFL draft? The answer? Jim Abbott was selected in the 10th round of the 1938 NFL draft by the Washington Redskins.
Jim Abbott may have been the first, but the most recent is SoCon standout Aaron Millet, who was drafted last weekend by the Baltimore Ravens.
Every day it gets closer to the draft, I get more and more excited. It's been a long 3 months of waiting to see where I land, but I know it's only a couple weeks away now. So the excitement's there. I try to hide it as much as possible, but I mean, it's hard to hide now, knowing in a couple of weekends I'm going to find out where I'm going to be landed.
Elon University is not a big-name college football school. It's not very often that Elon sends players to the NFL draft. The last player, Chad Kang, was drafted in 2007, and before that, Joe Randolph in 1992. This year, however, was a special year, as we were able to watch senior wideout Aaron Millet make his way to the NFL draft.
He's a football player, and when I say that,
I mean that he loves everything about the game of football. He loves working out. He loves watching film. He loves, just the preparation of getting ready to play the game.
I went to the Senior Bowl to go out there to compete with other top seniors in the country. At the combine, show them I'm faster than what they thought I was.
I've been around this game for a long, long time and seen a lot of great players be drafted and have great careers in the NFL. And I think he's one of those type of individuals.
My game speaks for itself. They can watch numerous games, whatever game they want to. They can see I can play with anybody.
Before the draft began, Millett was projected to go as early as the 3rd round and as late as not being drafted at all. All he could do was stay at home and wait.
We had a big old cookout. Guys, teammates from Elon came, friends from Elon came, friends from back home that I know from a long time came. And it was just sitting there watching the draft all day, eating and just fellowship and having a good time. Within the 6th, 7th round, teams start calling me, telling me if I don't get drafted, that I like to have me in as a top free agent pick, and so that was going on. So it was pretty much madness. The phone was ringing left and right with different teams calling me. Didn't receive a call from the Ravens until it was Mr. Ozzie Newsome calling me, telling me they were about to draft me. At first I thought he was playing a joke with me because all I was getting was calls about being a free agent. And I was telling him, like, man, stop playing with me, Mr. Newsome. He's like, it's a 401 area code, right? And I was like, yes, sir. So it was just crazy. And then once I saw my name, it was just, everybody felt, we all went crazy. And it was just a very exciting time.
With the 238th overall pick in the NFL draft, the Baltimore Ravens selected Millett, the only wide receiver they took in the draft. And while it is a time to celebrate his hard work, Millett knows that his hard work has just begun.
It's going to be some long days, just learning the offense, just going to challenge myself to learn as quickly as possible and to see the new type of coaching I will have at the receiver position. And be open to new things as far as what's going to happen when I get there. It's going to be learning names on the first try. Definitely got to be good that I'm not good with names, so definitely got to do that.
Unlike players selected by the other 31 teams in the NFL, Millett was selected by the reigning Super Bowl champions, which he believes can only make him better.
I was bummed at first. I know I'm not going to receive a ring, so when I see all those guys walking around with rings, that's just going to motivate me more just to help them get another one and to get myself my first ring ever. But I mean, it's not added pressure. It's more exciting than anything that you go into an established winner and a team that knows how to win. So it's an easy transition just to follow the footsteps of the receivers and players already there and learn their winning ways.
As exciting as that is, Millett knows he was drafted for a reason, and he hopes to live up to the potential that the Ravens organization sees in him.
To bring that same intensity that I brought here as an Elon athlete and that competitive nature, just being that playmaker that everybody know I can be and that I will be, and then propel them to try and repeat as champions, and hopefully become that receiver that they know they can build around in the future.
Millett knows he has a lot of hard work ahead of him, but he also remembers how much Elon did to prepare him to play in the National Football League.
It made me increase my work ethic and put in as much time as effort that I have in my whole life. And it drew character out of me through the ups and downs of the season. Showed that I don't let losing get to me. I don't let negative things get to me, and I can still go out there and perform at my peak.
Coming from a small school, Millett also understands how going to the NFL can help put Elon on the radar for future recruits.
I think it will enhance it. It will help them, especially with football recruiting. Thinking like, well, we got a guy in the NFL, and he comes back and sees us in the off season and works out with us. So I think that can help bring more guys in. And the athletic department, it just puts another spotlight on the school that somebody out there is doing the right things and representing Elon the right way.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or you want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/ElonPhoenixWeekly.
Also, be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
For the Elon Phoenix Weekly, I'm Kimberly Wisniewski.
And I'm Joe DiRienzo. Thanks for watching.